Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel. It is time once again to talk about my beauty graveyard, all the products that I have been using up since the last installment of this video, I suppose, and give you my thoughts about them. Since I have gone through the entire product, I have a pretty solid idea of whether I would like them, would repurchase them, or not so much. And so yeah, that's kind of the gist of this video. Let's hop in and get started. So here is my, well, not all of these are empties. A few of these are just products that I want to show you what I'm using instead, but we do have a lot of products to talk about. So let's first hop in with some hair products. These are some dry shampoos slash texturizers. I have gone through three. I think the last one of these I did was in June. So my rate is about one a month. I am a dry shampoo slash texturizer fanatic. And so once again, have a few of these under my belt and have some thoughts on them. The first one that I finished up, you might know I love well, because this is the second or third can of this I've gone through. Love it. It's the Nuance by Salma Hayek, available exclusively at CVS, I think. It's their texture enhancing finishing spray. So it's less a dry shampoo. I definitely don't rely on this so much for second day hair, even though I do find it wicks away excess moisture. This is more for texturizing, so I will spray this not only at the roots, but throughout the hair. And I find that it just helps add that little bit of extra oomph and volume. Once I use this up though, I could not find it in CVS. It has been out of stock at every CVS I went looking for it in, and so I switched over to something I had in my closet that I was just trying to go through stuff that I had, and this is by Tresemme. It's their Fresh Start Volumizing Dry Shampoo. Not a huge fan of this. I didn't find it did a whole lot, both in the way of moisture wicking and volumizing slash texturizing. I would put this in clean hair, didn't really make a difference. Put it in second day hair, didn't really make a difference, and so I definitely wouldn't recommend this. So after I finished this can up, I went to Big Sexy Hair, their Volumizing Dry Shampoo, this is expensive. I also got this at CVS, and relatively speaking, this has 3.4 versus the 5 from the Salma Hayek, and this I think was maybe over $20 for a can this like less than half the product, and Nuance I think is something like 10, maybe a little over 10. So I did have some sticker shock, especially since I got this from the drugstore, and I didn't find it worked as well as the Nuance anyway. I have still yet to see the Nuance back on shelves, and I was recently watching Allison Anderson, formerly Anne Reeks, here on YouTube, her monthly favorites for August, I believe. She included this, so now there is absolutely no chance I will find it at the drugstore. I'm totally bummed. I'm hoping they haven't done away with it totally, because I hadn't seen it before she mentioned it, and now I'm a little nervous that even if they do come back with it, I'll never see it again. So, love it. Highly recommend it, but please don't buy it because I want it. To go back to this guy though, because I do feel like I glossed right over it just saying it didn't work for me, I want to talk about why it didn't work for me. I sprayed it in my hair and it leaves a certain kind of texture to it, and the instructions say to spray it in, leave it in for 2 minutes, and then brush it out. I found that brushing it out kind of removed the texture entirely, and I tend to rely on dry shampoos more so for the texture they give my hair and less for the moisture wicking. I can tend to, unless I work out in between washes, I tend to be able to manage like the oil control pretty well. Really use them for texturizing, and I found once I brushed it out, and especially throughout the day, the texture and the hold that I can get from a dry shampoo just wasn't there. So for the price tag, not worth it for me. I probably wouldn't recommend it. Up next is a product that I actually mentioned in my last MD's video, but still loving it and still repurchasing it, obviously. It is the Caress Fine Fragrance. It's just a body wash, but this is in the shade fragrance Love Forever. It's the red, as opposed to, you can see this kind of a violet purple. This is the brand new full one that I just bought, and is actually the one that I ran out in the empties videos before this. But so the basis behind this is that it's a body wash where the fragrance is supposed to last for 12 hours. It even says it on the bottle. It's a time release sort of fragrance that you're supposed to be able to smell throughout the day, which I personally do experience. Absolutely love it. Rarely have that happen with fragrances, let alone body washes. So I love the way it smells. I love the way the fragrance lasts, and it truly does get you clean. I mean, as a body wash, it truly does function to get me clean. So that's another plus as well. So I did repurchase it, hair in the mouth, did repurchase it, but I did go back to the Adore Forever just to change things up, because these do tend to last about 3 months, and so I'm finding that I need a little bit of a change up in my shower routine. So just to spice things up, I did go for the Adore Forever as opposed to the Love Forever, but still highly recommend them. Next up is the only color cosmetic I have in this round of empties, unfortunately, because I know I love watching people hit pan and use beauty products up, but with the amount of products that I have and am trying and processing, I rarely hit pan on things. So only one of these this month, and it is the e.l.f. The label is entirely worn off, but it's the e.l.f. I believe it's the Essential Brow Pencil. Came out probably 4 months ago. They retail for like $1 or $2 a pop, and I love them. It's fantastic for what it is anyway. I mean, the packaging is a little cheap. Like, I could never, on any of the shades I had, could never keep the cap on here, but for what it is and what it's supposed to do, it is a brow pencil that has a sort of waxy texture, so it not only helps outline, define, and fill your brows, but it also helps keep your brows in place all day. I mean, for $2, it doesn't get much better than that. I would absolutely recommend these to anyone who asks. However, I will not be repurchasing because I do have quite a few brow products that I'm trying to go through right now. Like I said, I enjoy talking about or watching videos where people hit pan. I'm trying to hit pan. So I'm not going to be repurchasing these, although I do recommend that you do. Instead, I am actually going to be using this one from IT Cosmetics. It's the Brow Power Universal Brow Pencil. Also, I have gone back and I'm currently wearing their Build-A-Brow in Universal Taupe. This I forgot how much I love because, and it is a little bit dried out. I guess I've had this for about a year at this point, so it is a little bit dried out, but still fully functional. And I like it because it makes it a little bit easier when you use an angled brush to get that super crisp, clean brow look. Something that I kind of forgot and took for granted with the pencils is it does kind of get the job done in the way of adding more fullness and texture to your brows, but it doesn't quite give you that sculpted, clean edge that some people might like as a kind of brow pomade, I guess is what you might call that. So going in between those two, but still would highly recommend the e.l.f. And last up is actually about teeth whitening. The topic seems kind of random, but I have gotten questions about it, and so it's not something that I really feel the need to make a full video on, so I figured I might as well mention it here. Plus, it's not an extensive routine. It's literally 2 products that I have now used up. So one of which is a toothpaste from Colgate. It is their Optic White Platinum Express White. Whiter teeth in 3 days. These are kind of sold together as a system, not physically sold together. You have to buy them individually, but they're kind of put together as a drugstore whitening system. And so I have run through this. I actually did it quite a while ago, but I didn't notice a huge difference with this any more so than any other whitening toothpaste or any other toothpaste in general. So I probably won't be repurchasing this. It's a fine enough toothpaste as far as getting your teeth clean, I think, but nothing super special about it. What I do recommend, however, is the toothpaste or the toothbrush that goes along with it. And obviously I have bought another one. This is the Colgate Optic White toothbrush and built-in whitening pen. So here you have your toothbrush and your whitening pen slides out down below. Mine is way out of shape because it has been everywhere. It's been twisted and it's a mess. It's kind of disgusting. Not going to show you a close-up of it because it is a toothbrush, but I'll show you the nice clean version up here. But basically the reason or reasons I like it, I guess, is number one, it works. I do notice that my teeth, and I guess you guys do too because a few of you have asked me about it, but I do notice that my teeth are noticeably whiter, and the convenience. I have tried kind of more complex system, basically the strips. I think I never remember to do them, first of all, and so the fact that this is in your toothbrush, I always remember to apply this both morning and night or whenever I brush. So there's a little kind of gel or rubberized tip here that you twist the product up and just apply it to your teeth, and then you're good to go. That you don't wash it off, you don't brush it off or anything. It's a leave-on gel, so it's not quite, if you've ever done the strips, it's not quite as goopy. It's thick and a little bit tacky, so you don't necessarily feel it floating in your mouth. This is a very bizarre conversation to have on this channel, but we're having it because you've asked. And so you don't, it really does adhere to your teeth, and it's not kind of floating around in your mouth to where you have to acknowledge that you're whitening your teeth. It's just low mess, convenient, and it actually works. However, given that it's a drugstore product, it does come with like a high-ish price tag. I think it was 20, I want to say 18 to 20, around there. But the whitening, I've had this probably for 5 months at this point, and so the toothbrush was long worn out way before I ran out of the whitening stuff. So unfortunately that is one downside, but the whitening stuff itself lasts quite a while, using it twice a day like I said, and so given that price tag, I would say it's worth it. I would recommend you get it if you're looking into anything to whiten your teeth, but that is just me, and I do know that it has kind of a high-ish price tag, especially given that it's at the drugstore. So those are all of my empties. I hope you guys found this video interesting and enjoyed watching it. I'd love to hear the products that you have been going through lately in the comments below. In the meantime, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!